Interstate 90 in Washington state cuts through mountains and old-growth forests. The route carrying thousands of people and shipments also creates a barrier for the wildlife in the area.
So in the immediate term, wildlife can get hit on the road and die. Over time, roads can really impact wildlife populations at large.
But soon, animals in the Cascade Mountains will have a safer option for crossing the road by going above it.
We are currently on top of the wildlife overcrossing just east of Snoqualmie Pass.
Washington's Department of Transportation is finishing the state's largest wildlife bridge.
This is an area that we had pinpointed as being a natural migration pattern for wildlife to access the Lake Ketcheles area and go back up to the mountains.
Similar bridges, along with fencing and undercrossings in other states and Canada, have resulted in drastic drops in collisions between animals and drivers. In Wyoming and Colorado, bridges, underpasses, and fencing have cut down collisions by more than 85% in locations where all the crossings have been built.
Providing habitat connections will eliminate some of those wildlife from accessing I-90 and keep drivers safe.
A 2008 U.S. Department of Transportation study found that collisions between animals and drivers have been steadily rising, totaling 5% of all crashes nationwide and costing about $8 billion to the economy. For animals, roads can isolate populations, causing inbreeding or block access to new feeding grounds, among other damages.
Everything from an elk or a grizzly bear down to a small salamander. They need to move to find food, to find mates, to find new places to live as their populations expand, or just as conditions change, like a fire breaks out that changes the habitat.
Western states have identified dozens of locations where wildlife crossings are needed, but challenges remain.
The number one obstacle is funding.
Washington's new bridge took 3 years to build. It's part of a 15-mile stretch of renovations that includes several undercrossings.
For the construction, we would be looking at just a wall of soil across here.
More crossings and more bridges are planned to be built during the second half of the project. Supporters hope the I-90 crossings helps propel more projects like it.
And you cross over streams and you cross over wetlands and through forests. And you're traveling at a speed where you don't have time to think about what you're passing through.
But now the new bridge will remind drivers they're not the only ones using this road. Noreen Nasser, Associated Press.